What's going on, Movie Maniacs? I'm Matt.
And I'm Zach.
And this is the previews, everyone's favorite part of the movie. Now, you are forewarned right now, this is a spoiler review of Glass. Hit that bell. Woo! Okay, cool. Now we're going to be back into it. You guys have been forewarned. We are going to dive into the deep and thickness of this movie. So, first thing we're going to start off with is the first act and kind of what we liked about it, okay? So, for me, I liked the first act when you're trying to find out how David Dunn and James McAvoy come together and how they get into the psych ward with Mr. Glass. So the whole following and kind of finding out what David Dunn has been up to from the time of Unbreakable until now, it was really interesting because, you know, he started off as a security guard in Unbreakable, natural progression. He actually owned his own business where he's part of security, which I thought was great. And then shout out, I don't know the actor's name, but shout out the guy who played his son. It was his actual son in Unbreakable.
No, I did. Great. Yeah, that was really cool that they did that.
Yeah,
his face hasn't changed at all in the past 19 years.
It really hasn't. Yeah, it really hasn't. Yeah, I liked that, and I liked the, I guess, build up to them meeting and how they met. You know, they met. He accidentally bumped him on the street while he was looking for the cheerleaders. You saw it in the trailers. Mm-hmm. And then they get into a fight. And it was cool, them evenly going back and forth. So what did you think about that part?
I mean, I just felt like it went on for a little too long.
Long? I thought it was too short.
No, I mean, we were probably about 35 to 40 minutes into the movie at that point. Because then it's at that point when they start showing all of James McAvoy's personalities again. About 45 minutes into the movie. And, you know, it took probably about 5 to 10 minutes after that whole sequence of how they met to get to that point. They're already halfway through the movie. That was another issue I had with it, was that they spent, again, a huge amount of time showing James McAvoy's personalities again. And all of them that they have, we understand that from seeing Split.
You just don't need to see more of it.
Yeah, you don't.
Because it's that character's already introduced and you know his characters and the personalities he's going to have. Yeah. Okay, I guess I could kind of see that, but I still enjoyed it because I love that character so much. Mm-hmm. The character of Kevin Crumb. It's really cool. So I didn't mind that. And James McAvoy, again, shout out to him because he was great, of course, in this movie. I mean, you can't complain about that.
I'm not. Literally all my gripes just goes back to just what I believed what this movie was mainly going to be about, and that was Samuel Jackson. Mm-hmm.
So Glass. What did you expect in this movie that you didn't get? I know you said Glass, but go a little bit more into detail with it.
Well, just because in Unbreakable, yes, you can see that Samuel Jackson, even as a kid, and then he says through explanation that he's noticed that he's different than everybody else. Yes. And you just learn, I guess, through just him talking. Because in Unbreakable, it's mainly focused on Bruce Willis. You see him throughout his entire life with his kid, with his wife, him being this only survivor of this train wreck. Yeah. You know, that's what it's mainly around, and you only get a few glimpses of where Samuel Jackson is coming from. Okay? That's all I got from Unbreakable, and of course in the end is where you see that he's this huge mastermind, you know, and it was a great ending. It was a great ending, and it was awesome.
And it was believable.
Believable, definitely. I wanted to see Sarah Paulson just sit in a room with him more and hear from him more what he's talking about and why he's felt this way and how he's believed that these other supernatural beings exist.
Yeah, and for me, I guess what you're saying is you wish that in the movie, Samuel L. Jackson is catatonic most of the movie. He doesn't really start really communicating and interacting with the characters. I want to say probably an hour and 45 minutes into the movie, because the movie's 2 hours and 10 minutes, I think, give or take. Yeah. And I want to say probably around the hour and a half, hour 45 mark, that's when he really starts turning the wheels and starts getting going. Now, at the second act, that is when you finally get to see Mr. Glass for the first time. So the police officers catch David Dunn and Split guy, Kevin Crumb. They catch him and they bring him to the psych ward where Sarah Paulson will start evaluating them, saying that they have a mental disorder and they believe they are superheroes. What did you think about them getting to that point? That was a fine transition. You knew they were going to get caught.
It was a fine transition. I guess just the one thing that I feel like they did very well in the trailer, because obviously it's been 19 years since Unbreakable, and Samuel L. Jackson has been locked up in this insane asylum for that many years.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to see him. Like, it's been 19 years. To see him broken down, it's so enraged that nobody believes him about these supernatural beings. And then once he sees Bruce Willis back in that psych ward with James McAvoy, that he's probably heard rumors about to this point, unleashing this beast, because also in Unbreakable, he talks about different levels of these supernatural beings. He said that since his bones could break easily, he's at the bottom of the ladder. He's rank 1. And Bruce Willis is rank 2. He's somebody who could be who's very strong. He has very supernatural physique.
Yeah, super strength
Physique. And he's always said there was a 3 or 4. And I feel like that he's been looking for James McAvoy this entire time.
And he would have been the third
and
or
he would have
fourth.
been the 3rd or 4th. And I wish they went in more
and
into
they
that.
And they did not tie into that.
Because I just wanted to see that through him. I want to see, like, I was right. And look, I'm going to prove to all of you at this brand new skyscraper building, I'm going to show you guys what we are capable of.
Now we're going to go on to, I guess, the third act, which is our biggest complaint, my biggest complaint, because I was interested from the first act, the second act, and then it started falling apart when Samuel L. Jackson started getting involved, which is unfortunate. So the entire movie, what they are teasing that there's this new building that's getting built and unveiled in Philadelphia, and it's the biggest skyscraper in the city. And all they are doing the entire movie is teasing a showdown between the Horde and the Overseer.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting pumped. And then Mr. Glass goes ahead and talks about how his master plan is to get them fighting, so it shows the entire world what they are capable of, what you said. And then while he's doing that, there's also a chemical science lab inside of this building. So he was planning on going ahead and creating a bomb and blowing up the building, and just showing how smart and how powerful they can be. They teased it the entire movie. And this movie, again, it's 2 hours, 9 minutes. They tease. Samuel L. Jackson goes ahead, breaks out James McAvoy. He goes ahead and they're breaking out of the psych ward. And you're like, here it comes. Guess what doesn't happen? That building scene.
Yeah, because there's even a scene where James McAvoy is ready to run to that skyscraper building. And then, out of nowhere, Anya Taylor just grabs him.
And that's what stops him.
And I was like, ah.
It looks like Beauty was the one that killed the beast. I wanted to say that for so long, I'm not gonna lie. It truly was a awful ending. So not only do they throw that on you, that it's like, hey, we're not going to do that scene anymore because it's BS. Then the police get involved. And then you find out that Sarah Paulson works for this undercover organization where rich people pay her to go ahead and kill superhero-like humans. And that was stupid too.
Such a bad twist.
That was such a bad twist. And then you find out that also another stupid twist in there too was James McAvoy's father. They said in it, the reason he has these personality disorders is because his father left him at a young age and he was abused by his mom, so he created all these personalities. So what we found out is that he was on the train that Bruce Willis was on. So then Samuel L. Jackson blew up that train. In Unbreakable. And they just try to tie everything together. And literally the whole movie's pretty much straightforward until then. The last 10 minutes, they're like, hey, here's all the crap that we just want to unload on all you guys to make this confusing. Because the whole Sarah Paulson twist, terrible. Also, I thought it was stupid. Bruce Willis, James McAvoy, and Samuel L. Jackson die.
All of them.
All of them. And I'm
all
like,
of them.
What? I thought they were going to go ahead and do like, hey guys, we're going to go into a fourth one.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought. And that would have been like,
or just at least left it like
open-ended.
Ended it but kept it open.
Yeah, no, it was stupid. So Bruce Willis drowns in a pothole. Hey, welcome to the East, the Midwest, so that sucked. And then James McAvoy gets shot in the stomach, and Samuel L. Jackson bleeds to death.
Yeah.
And I just thought, it was like, come on. Like, I wanted to see this big culmination where it's all building up. And I know what M. Night Shyamalan tried to do, but guess what? You failed, okay? You failed again. I'm probably not going to go see your movies unless they're released on Netflix, because I'm sick and tired of going ahead and investing myself in these films of yours, and you just go ahead and just crap on everything. You know what? I wish we could redo the video, because I'd probably give it a lower review right now, because I'm so pissed. Now that I'm thinking about it, because that end literally kicks you in the nuts.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally wind up, Rochambeau, boom.
Bam.
And it took the whole energy out of the audience, because I could feel it, right?
Yeah.
Also, speaking of the audience, I was sitting next to the guy. He was spitting sunflower seeds. Like, that's what it was like, movie snack was. Can we think of any worse of a movie snack? Like, that is, I was ready to kill him. Like, I was ready to murder this guy. I'm not even kidding you. I hope you're watching this. You're probably not. But there's a special place in hell for you, buddy. There's a special place in hell for you where you're going to go ahead and eat sunflower seeds in a movie theater. So the entire time I'm trying to pay attention, all I hear is... and then just hear plink at the bottom of his cup. I was ready to murder that guy. I couldn't stand it. Like I said, special place in hell for you, buddy. So a lesson be to you, movie maniacs. A lesson to you guys. 1, never trust M. Night Shyamalan to end a perfectly good movie. Ever again. 2, never eat sunflower seeds in a movie theater. And 3, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and hit that bell icon for bottom.
Well, that's it, Movie Maniacs. Again, I'm Zach.
And I'm Matt.
And we'll see you on the next episode of The Previews.